Hello, this video is on section 8.3, which is titled Multiplying Binomials. And a target for this is to multiply two binomials together or to multiply a binomial by a trinomial. And the only thing that I'm going to be referencing to in this video are two binomials. We may get to a binomial and a trinomial in class, but the main thing I want to focus on now is two binomials together. So even though binomials have two terms in each of them, which is what the term binomials come from if you remember your classification table. Two terms has a binomial, so that's why I say that each of them have two terms. Then you can still use the distributive property to multiply them together. Now the first example I wrote down is the binomial 2x plus 4 times the binomial 3x minus 7. When you use the distributive property, you take your term 2x and multiply it by both terms on the inside, or what I've written down here is 2x times 3x minus 7. Then the exact same thing happens with the 4. You multiply it to the 3x and to the negative 7, which is what I've written out here. So this is one way to represent it or multiply them together. There's going to be two other ways I show in this video and one other example that we're going to look at in class. So when you multiply by distributing the 2x times the 3x minus 7, 2x times 3x gives you 6x squared. 2x times negative 7 is negative 14x. Then you look at the plus 4 times the 3x and times the negative 7. 4 times 3x is 12x, and 4 times negative 7 is negative 28. Now this is your polynomial, and you have to combine like terms by looking at what's in common between all of these. We have an x squared, no more x squareds. We have an x, there's another x. So those are the terms that you can combine together. A negative 14x and a positive 12x give you a negative 2x. Negative 14 plus 12 is negative 2. And then the negative 28 can't be combined with anything else. So your final simplified expression is 6x squared minus 2x minus 28. So that's one way to multiply them together. The other way, or the next way, out of the few that I'm going to show you in this, is what's called the box method. Now the box method gets its name from something that you're going to create when you multiply these two binomials. You're going to create a box. And in that box you need to have a 2 by 2 square, and the top part of your box needs to be the first expression in your multiplication of binomials. So your first one is x, then your next one is a negative 3. Then your left side of the box is going to be the terms that are written in the second binomial, 4x and negative 5. Now each of the answers inside the box, or each of these four squares in here, is going to be the product of everything you see above and to the left. So this first box has an x above it and a 4x to the left. So you multiply x times 4x to get 4x squared. Then the top right box means you multiply the negative 3 times the 4x. Positive times a negative is negative. 3 times 4 is 12. And there is an x present. Bottom left is x times negative 5. Negative 5x. And the bottom right, negative 5 times negative 3 is a positive 15. Now you take all the terms inside this box and you combine what are the like terms. Now depending on the order that you wrote them in, it may not always be in certain places of your box. And in this example, our like terms are the negative 5x and the negative 12x. So when you combine those together, you get a negative 17x, and you have a 4x squared in the top left box and a positive 15 in the bottom right hand box. So that is the multiplication of those two binomials written in the box method. Now if you wrote these in different orders, which I don't recommend, I recommend you just take it in the exact order that it's in. It may not always be the bottom left and the top right. You may have the 2 here or the 2 there, or just it could be anywhere. But you have to look at the like terms. The x's are the like terms in this example, and that's what we combine together. And the last example, or the last method I want to show you in this video, is what's called FOIL. Now we use the acronym FOIL because each of the letters represent something, or what they stand for within it. So F stands for first, O means outer, I means inner, and L means last. Now the terms in the acronym FOIL tell you in which relation of the binomials you multiply the terms together. So the first means you take the first term in each of the binomials. 5x is first in this one, and 2x is first in that one. So that's what you multiply together. 5x times 2x. And that will give you a 10x squared. Outer means you look at the two binomials and you multiply the two farthest out terms. 5x is on the farthest left, 1 is on the farthest right or the farthest outside. So 5x times 1 is 5x. Inner means you multiply the two terms that are closest together or on the inside of the two binomials, which is negative 3 and 2x. When you multiply those two together, you get a negative 6x. And then the last, it means you look at the two binomials. What are the two terms that are written last? Negative 3 is written last in the first one, and 1 is written last in the second one. So that gives you a negative 3. Now again, you look to combine like terms. You have a positive 5x and a negative 6x, which give you a negative 1x or just a negative x. Bring down your 10x squared and bring down your negative 3. And that's your multiplied expression or simplified expression when you FOIL the two binomials together. FOILing still uses the same as distributive, and it's the same as the box method. You'll get the exact same answer no matter which method you use, but one may be easier than the other for you. And what we're going to do in class is show you how to visually represent it using tiles or algebra tiles or blocks to see when you multiply two terms together what happens visually to get the simplified expression. But that's it, and we'll go over some more examples in class. All right, thank you.